Welcome back. This is Mr. Hassan's Maths channel. I'm now answering question number 23 from the May-June 2018 Edexcel IGCSE paper or syllabus A, paper 2 higher 2H, and this question here is about arithmetic series, and here we're given a question which tells us about the sum of the first 28 terms of an arithmetic series is 4 times the sum of the first 36 terms of the same series. Find the sum of the first 30 terms of this series. So it seems like a very strange question because you're not told what the first term is, you're not told how the series changes, but let's see how we can deal with this question. This is the last question on the paper, so normally the last questions on the papers, they normally have some sort of twist or some sort of like something you have to think about a bit more deeply. So let's see what we can do. So first of all, if we go to the beginning of the front page, we have the formula sheet, and I've just got this ready here. So let me just see. This is from the formula sheet, which you know, if you've done a few questions, you should know anyway. But this is the sum to n terms of an arithmetic series. Sn equals n over 2 times 2 times a plus n minus 1 times d. A stands for the first term, which we don't have here, and d stands for the common difference, which tells you how much you have to add or subtract each time to get to the next term, the common difference. Okay, we don't have either of those things, but we do have n. So what we can say here is that the sum of the first 48 terms is equal to, is 4 times the sum of the first 36 terms, and we got to find what the sum of the first 30 terms is. All right. So let's just write down some expressions to represent this. So the sum of the first 48 terms. So we got 48 divided by 2, n over 2, times 2a, which we don't know what a is, so 2a plus n minus 1, so that's 48 minus 1, which is 47, times the common difference, which we don't know. So that's the sum of the first 48 terms. And then we have the sum of the first 36 terms would be 36 over 2, times 2 times a plus 36 minus 1, which is 35, times d. And we also have to deal with the sum of the first 30 terms, which is going to be 30 over 2 times 2 times a plus 29 times d. Alright, so we can link these two together. These two are linked together, okay, by the fact that this is 4 times that. So let's make an equation from that and see how that will help us. So I can say that because the sum of the first 48 terms is 4 times the sum of the first 36 terms, so we can say this is equal to 4 times that. So 48 over 2, which is 24, times 2a plus 47d. I'm not going to multiply these out because this seems a bit pointless. 4 times 38 over 2 is 18, times 2a plus 35 times d. So 4 and 24 cancel out to give you 6 and 1. And if you divide both sides, I've divided both sides by 4, that's basically what I've done. Divide both sides by 6, that gives you 1, and that gives you 3. So we're left with 2a plus 47d is equal to, and that's going to be 6a plus 3 times 35, that's 90, plus 15, 105d. Alright, so let's see how, if we can simplify this. If we bring everything on one side, we have 6a minus 2a, which is 4a. We have 105d minus 47, 105 minus 47. What am I doing? 105. I could use a calculator for this, but I'm just doing. So 7, you can't subtract, you've got to get 1 from here. 9. 15 minus 7 is going to give me 8. 1 second, what am I doing here? 8, and 9 minus 5 is 9 minus 4 is 5. 9 minus 4 is 5. Yes, so that's plus 58d is equal to 0. Okay, now what we have to prove is we'll find the sum of the first 30 terms. So I'm going to write down here the sum of the first 30 terms. I think I can see a connection here. That's going to be 15 times, and this is 2a plus 29d. All right. And this is 4a plus 58d. Now, if I divide both sides of this by 2, what do I get? 0 equals 2a plus, what's 58 divided by 2? Well, it's 29. 2a plus 29d. So 2a plus 29d is equal to 0. So we can say the sum of the first 30 times is 15 times 2a plus 29d, which is 0. 15 times 0. So the sum of the first 30 terms is going to be 0. Okay, so there we have the answer to the question. We don't know what a is, we don't know what d is, but we know that the sum of the first 30 terms is 0. Now some people say, how does that make sense? Well, it can make sense because you might have some terms which are negative, some which are positive. When you add them together, they cancel each other out. So if I have, for example, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I add them all together, I'm going to get 0. The sum of these terms will be 0. So it might be a situation similar to that, where some of the terms are negative, some are positive. In an arithmetic sequence, when you add them together, you might end up with the sum which is 0, which seems like this is exactly what's happening here. So that basically is the answer to this question, 0. All right, and if you look at the mark scheme, it is 0. Some people might have thought they've done something wrong here, but actually it's correct. Sometimes the last questions are like that, there to confuse you, but that's the answer to this question. So that completes this paper. Other questions from this paper that you would like to see the answers, the solutions for, you can watch the playlist, which is going to appear at the top of the screen over here. If there's any questions that are not in that playlist that you want me to answer from this paper, just send me a message on the channel, and whenever I get time, I will try to answer those questions. Here you will have a playlist which will be about basically arithmetic series from Edexcel, IGCSE papers, and here you have a playlist about number patterns and sequences from Cambridge IGCSE, which will probably include some things that are not in Edexcel, like geometric sequences. And you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on this link. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.